Good day, class. We are going to convert currencies and time and using scales in maps in traveling decisions. For our objectives, we are going to explain the concepts, scales and maps, currency and time conversions. Number 2, interpret and use map scales to calculate real-world distances between locations on a map. Number 3, convert currencies and time zones across countries. Number 4, apply map scales, currency, and time conversions across various contexts such as travel, real-world distances, e-commerce, budgeting, and remittances. 5. Apply map scales, currency, and time conversions when planning personal or group travels. And number 6, create a scaled map of a location or building to showcase landmarks and attractions. Okay, so let's move on to the definition of terms. We need to understand. Map, so nakakita naman tayo ng map. So when we say map, this is a visual representation of an area showing physical features, roads, cities, etc. So sa mapa, kahit hindi natin mapuntahan yung lugar, so sa pamamagitan ng mapa, makikita natin yung features ng lugar. Okay, scale. This is the relationship between a distance on the map and the actual distance on the ground. Map scale. This is a tool on the map that shows how distances on the map correspond to a real-world distances. Kumbaga ba, halimbawa, nilalagnat ka, anong tools yung gagamitin mo para ma-measure yung temperature mo? So, alam natin, ginagamitan natin siya ng thermometer. Parang ganyan din yan sa mapa. So, para measure natin yung distance, so ginagamitan ng tool na tinatawagan na map scale. Bar scale or graphic scale, this is a visual scale shown as a line or bar marked with distances. So, doon sa mapa, so mayroon tayong mga makikita doon ng mga linya or lines or yung mga dash lines. So, yun yung tinatawag na natin na bar scale or graphic scale. Ayan. Yung ratio scale naman or representative fraction, so this is a numerical scale written as a ratio 1 to 100,000. It can be read as 1 to 100,000, meaning a 1 unit on the map equals to 100,000 of the same units in real life. So mamaya magbibigay tayo ng mga examples regarding dyan. Next, distance. This is the amount of space between 2 points which can be measured on a map and converted to the real world measurement using the scale. Yan. So, halimbawa, meron tayong 2 points, point A and point B. Yung point A, yung San Fernando, Pampanga, at yung point B natin ay yung Angeles City. So, doon pa lang, pwede na natin ma-measure yung distance. Okay, but as long as meron tayong 2 points, point A, point B. Next, measurement. So, this is the process of finding the size, length, or amount of something, often using a ruler on a map in this context. So, last time, we discussed about the unit conversion, no? And we also discussed the appropriate unit. So, for example, if you want to measure the picture frame, no? So, ano yung appropriate unit niya? And we all know that centimeters yung kanyang appropriate unit. And if we want to measure naman yung distance for places, from different places, for example, San Fernando to Angeles City, so ano yung appropriate measurement niya? So yung appropriate measurement natin ay kilometers. So bali doon sa map, no, ang ginagamit natin diyan ay centimeters. Yan. Next, conversion. So this is a changing a measurement from map to real-world distance using multiplication or division. So, na-discuss din natin dito last time yung unit conversion. So, halimbawa, given yung kilometers, so pwede natin siya i-convert sa centimeters. Okay, kung gusto naman natin i-convert yung 1 cubic meter sa liter, so pwede rin. Next, yung legend, map, or key. So, this is a part of the map that explains the symbols and colors used. So, sa mapa, may mga makikita tayong legend na tinatawag sa pwedeng sa upper right corner or lower right corner. Ano mga nakalagay doon sa legend? Pwedeng, halimbawa, map of the Philippines. So, meron doon mga legend. For example, red, region 1. Yellow, region 2. Blue, region 3. Green, region 4A, and so on and so forth. So, ano bang purpose ng legend? So, para nilalagyan ng legend kasi para distinguish agad yung lugar or places. Okay. Next, yung currency. So, this is a system of money used in a particular country. So, example natin, yung US dollar. So, siya ay sa USA. Yung euro, usually sa Europe. And then, yung yen ay sa Japan. So, we have different countries. We also have different currencies. Next, exchange rate. This is the value of one currency in terms of another. Yan. So, example, yung 1 US dollar, ang equivalent niya ay 0.90 euros. Okay, so hindi po siya fix yung exchange rate. So, nababago po siya every day. So, it may change anytime. So, nababago kasi siya dahil depende yan sa takbo ng market. Next, foreign exchange or forex. So this is the market where currencies are traded. So the exchange rate is determined here. So dito papasok yung tinatawag natin na cryptocurrency. So this is a type of investment din, no? Pero bago pasukin yung cryptocurrency, dapat meron ka munang idea o hinggil doon. Yan. So nandun po yung exchange rate. Yung takbo rin ng market. Next is yung base currency. So meron tayong two types ng ng currency. Meron tayong tinatawag na base currency at yung quote currency. Sa base currency, ito yung first currency. So for example, meron tayong pair dyan, yung USD at Euro. So yung USD, yun yung tinatawag natin na base currency. At yung quote currency naman or counter currency, ito yung second currency in the pair. So it shows how much of this currency is needed to buy 1 unit of the base currency. So, for our example, so yung US dollar is euro. So, yung $1 ay equivalent sa 0.90 euros. So, yung 0.90 euros, yun yung tinatawag na quote currency. At yung 1 US dollar, yun yung tinatawag natin na base currency. Next is time zone. So, yung time zone, we all know that we have different time zone, no? So, this is a region of the Earth that has the same standard time. The time zones are usually offset from Coordinated Universal Time or UTC by a certain number of hours. At ano ba yung tinatawag na UTC? So, pag sinabi nating UTC or Coordinated Universal Time, this is the global time standard from which all other time zones are calculated. So, example, so UTC plus 0 is the reference point. No, so, lagi siya nag-start sa 0 as our reference point. Next is GMT or Greenwich Mean Time. This is an older term often interchangeably with UTC, though UTC is more precise than GMT. It is based on the time at the prime meridian or 0-degree longitude. Okay, so yung prime meridian, so na-discuss na to sa AP during your junior high school, no? May mga parts tayo ng globe. Yan. So yun yung tinatawag na ginagamit lang siya kapag merong interchange. Yan. Pero yung pinaka-common na ginagamit talaga ay yung coordinated universal time. Yan. So mamaya aalamin natin yung time zone, paano siya kino-compute. Next is UTC offset. Ito naman yung difference in hours and minutes between a specific time zone and UTC. Example, sa New York, so ito ay Eastern Standard Time. So, yung equivalent niya ay UTC -5. Yung Tokyo naman, so sa Japan Standard Time, no? Ito ay katumbas niya ay UTC plus 9. So, dyan sa dalawang country na yan, so mas ahead ang Tokyo dahil positive yung value compare kay New York negative. Next is yung Daylight Saving Time or DST. This is a seasonal adjustment where clocks are moved forward by 1 hour during warmer months to extend evening daylight. For example, Eastern Daylight Time or EDT, so equivalent niya UTC -4. Ito yung DST version ng EST. Yan. Next is yung local time. So this is the actual time observed in a specific place. So example, so habang nire-record ko ito, voice record ko ito, so time check is 11:16 AM. So marami sa ibang bansa, so umaga sa atin ngayon sa Pilipinas, sa ibang bansa ay gabi. So basta yung local time, ito yung actual time, no, sa kasalukuyan. Okay? So, kailangan talaga malaman natin lahat yung mga terms. Next is yung time conversion. So, this is the process of calculating the local time in one time zone based on the time in another. Example, if it's 3 p.m. UTC, so it's 11 a.m. in New York. So UTC, -4 during DST. Okay, yung time conversion, so yun nga. So marami sa ganitong bansa, 3 p.m. ngayon. Okay, sa ibang bansa naman ay 11 a.m. So hindi pare-parehas po yung time zone. So meron din tayong time conversion para dyan. So didiscuss natin mamaya. Next is yung word clock. So this is a tool or feature that shows the current time in different cities or time zones. Doon sa word clock, so kung kayo ay nakakapunta sa mga airport, no? So meron diyan na naka-post yung mga word clock in the different countries and time zones. Yan. Next is yung time zone abbreviation. So this is a short forms for specific time zones. Example, yung EST, yan yung Eastern Standard Time. Yan, so marami tayong mga dyan. Example, sa skills and maps muna, you are planning a road trip from Manila to Baguio City, two popular cities in Luzon, Philippines. The map you are using has a scale of 1 to 1 million. You measure the distance between Manila and Baguio on the map as 22 cm. What is the real world distance from Manila to Baguio City? So, para ma-compute yan, so alamin muna natin yung real life yung real life measure nung ating ratio na 1 to 1 million. Yan. So, yung 1 to 1 million means yung 1 centimeter niya sa map, ang katumbas niya ay 10 kilometers in real life. So, nalaman natin yung real life measurement. So, pwede na natin siya i-convert. So, yung ating given ay 22 centimeters. Then, yung 1 centimeter natin ay nasa denominator at yung ating 10 kilometers ay nasa numerator. Yung purpose kasi niyan ay para makancel natin yung centimeters doon. So, kapag kinompute natin yan, so 22 times 10, yan. So, the answer is 220 kilometers. And we can now conclude that the real distance from Manila to Baguio City is 220 kilometers. Okay, let's move on to another example. You are looking for a hotel near the Eiffel Tower in Paris. You have seen on the map that there is a hotel which is 3 centimeters away from the Eiffel Tower. The map uses a scale of 1 to 5,000. Is the hotel within walking distance from Eiffel Tower? Okay, to solve this, so alamin natin yung equivalent niya sa real world or real time. So, yung ating 1 to 5,000, ibig sabihin daw niyan, yung 1 centimeter sa map, ang katumbas niya ay 50 meters in real life. Okay, so, we proceed to the conversion. So, 3 centimeters yung measure niya. Okay, so convert natin. Yung 1 centimeter ay nasa denominator at yung 50 meters natin ay nasa numerator. And the centimeters should be cancelled. So 3 times 50. So the answer is 150 meters. And we can now conclude that the hotel is within walking distance since it is only 150 meters away from the Eiffel Tower. Let's move on to another example. Carlos is on the Southeast Asian cruise. The ship will travel from Manila, Philippines to Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. On the cruise map, the distance between the two cities measures 12.5 centimeters. The map has a scale of 1 to 2 million. What is the real world distance between Manila and Ho Chi Minh City based on the map? So, from this time, other countries na to, from Philippines to Ho Chi Minh City. So, alamin natin yung real life measurement ng ating given scale. So, 1 to 2 million means 1 centimeter on the map. So, equivalent niya ay 20 kilometers in real life. And to solve this, we're going to calculate. So, yung 12.5 centimeters, okay, convert natin sa 20 kilometers. So, ang sagot natin dyan ay 250 meters. So, 12.5 times 20 is 250 kilometers pala. Mark is traveling from the United States to Europe. She has $500 and wants to convert it into euros. The current exchange rate is $1 is 0.87 euros. How much money in euros will Mark have? So, nandito na tayo sa currency conversion. So, to solve this, so identify natin yung mga given. So yung given natin ay yung ating US dollars ay 500 at yung ating exchange rate ay yung 1 US dollar ay equivalent sa 0.87 euros as of August 6, 2026. Yan. So for the solution, para ma-convert natin siya, yung euros, ang equivalent, ang formula ay US dollars multiplied by the exchange rate. We have 500 times 0.87. So the answer is 435 euros. And we can now conclude that Mark will have 435 euros. Let's have another example. Mr. Salcedo prepares his trip from the Philippines to the United States. He needs to exchange Philippine pesos for US dollars. With 100,000 pesos, he wants to find out how much US dollars he will get based on the current exchange rate of 1 US dollars equals to 60.74 pesos. How much in US dollars will Mr. Salcedo get? So solve this. So identify natin ulit yung given. So yung ating amount in peso is 100,000 pesos. Yung ating exchange rate from US dollars to pesos as of August 6, 2026 is 60.74 pesos. And for the solution, convert natin yung peso to US dollars. So para makuha yon, yung peso, divide natin doon sa exchange rate. So 100,000 divided by 60.74. So the answer is 1,646.36 US dollars. And we can now conclude that Mr. Salcedo will get 1,646.36 US dollars. So bakit ba natin kailangan malaman yung mga conversion? Yan, nakalagay dyan, this simple conversion can budget his expenses in the US by knowing how much peso to US before travel. So napakahalaga natin malaman talaga yan. So para ma-budget mabuti yung mga expenses once na nandun ka na dun sa country na yon. Another example, Angelica wants to buy a dress from an online store in the US where the price is 150 US dollars. The exchange rate is 1 US dollar is equal to 60.74 pesos. How can Angelica convert the dress price to Philippine pesos? And to solve this, so identify natin yung conversion natin sa US dollar to Philippine peso. So, yung 1 US dollar ay equivalent sa 60.74 pesos. And then, step 2, so convert na natin by the given data. So, yung 150 US dollars natin yung price of the dress. And yung ating US dollar ay 60.74 pesos. So, ang gagawin natin ay multiply na natin yung 150 US dollars sa 60.74 pesos. So, ang magiging sagot dyan ay 9,111 pesos. So, yun yung magiging price nung dress in pesos. So, let us proceed now to the time conversion. Ariel lives in Albay and he has a virtual job interview scheduled with a company based in Atlantic, North America. The interview is scheduled for 10 a.m. Atlantic Daylight Time, ADT, on June 10, 2025. What time and date should Ariel log in the interview in the Philippine time? To solve this, so kailangan natin malaman muna yung different time zone ng mga country. So, yung ating Atlantic Daylight Time or ADT, so siya ay UTC -3 during the daylight saving time. And Philippine time natin is UTC +8. So, yung difference natin, para makuha yung difference, so yung 8 natin na +8, ima-minus natin siya doon sa -3. So, the answer is 11 hours with the Philippines ahead. So, mapapansin nyo, ahead ang Philippines dahil positive yung value natin compared sa Atlantic na -3. So, paano ba nakuha yung 11? Negative times negative is positive. So, 8 plus 3 is 11. So, nalaman na natin yung difference nila. So, pwede na natin makuha yung time, no? Pwede na natin siya i-convert. So, yung interview schedule ay scheduled for 10 a.m. So, add natin yung 11 hours. So, 10 a.m. plus 11 hours. So, magiging ilan yon? Magiging 9 p.m. Philippine time on June 10. Okay, June 10 po yan. And we can now conclude that the 9 p.m. yung kanyang log in, no, in Philippine time on June 10. Okay, so let's move on to another example. Eliza is from Pampanga, Philippines. She wants to call her mother who works in Israel Daylight Time, IDT. She is free to call at 8 p.m. Philippine time after doing her homework. What time will it be in Israel? So, corrections, Israel yan. When she makes the call. Yan. So, ito ay Philippines to Israel, yung ating given problem. So, kailangan malaman uli natin yung time zone nung dalawang country. So, sa Philippine time, so yung kanyang abbreviation ay UTC positive 8 at yung Israel time natin ay UTC positive 3. So, yung Philippines ay 5 hours ahead of Israel. So, paano natin nakuha yung 5 hours? So, you just simply subtract 8 minus 3 is 5. So, mas ahead ang Philippines dahil lamang ang positive 8. So, para makuha natin yung difference, so yung 8 p.m. na oras sa Philippine time, so minus 5 hours, so that is 3 p.m. And the time will she makes the call in Israel is 3 p.m. Okay, so yan yung kanyang magiging sagot. So, last example, Joyce as an OFW nurse in Seoul, South Korea, Korean Standard Time, KST, wants to call her children in Uzbekistan time, UZT. Joyce will call at 8 p.m. KST after her shift in the hospital when she works. What time will it be in Uzbekistan by then? So, alamin natin yung time zone difference. So, South Korea, so siya ay UTC positive 9. And yung ating Uzbekistan ay UTC positive 5. So, para makuha natin yung difference, so we just simply subtract yung 9 and 5. So, 9 minus 5, so the answer is 4 hours. So, South Korea is 4 hours ahead of Uzbekistan. So, nalaman na natin yung difference, so pwede na natin siya i-convert. Yung ating South Korea time to Uzbekistan time. So, 8 p.m. minus yung 4 hours. So, the answer is what? 4 p.m. time in Uzbekistan. Okay, so yan yung magiging time, no? In Uzbekistan by then is 4 p.m. Okay, so I hope you learn in our video. Thank you very much.